Good morning. See if you can find me this today. Let's see when's here. If you can find me this today. Let's see. Get this turned off. There we go. I wonder who's going. Oh, Melissa. Hey, you're out in California and you're the first to catch us this morning. Good morning. I'm about 2 minutes early. So good. I'm glad you could join us today. How are you doing? Have you gotten the new catalog and have you ordered some new products? Super. Who else is going to join us this morning? How's the weather out there where you are? Are you in Southern California, Melissa? Oh, Martina, you're from Oregon. We have 2 West Coast girls. You're all up bright and early. How are things going? Did you sell your house, Martina? I'm glad to see you. Oh, well, check it out, Melissa. It's a great catalog. The new colors are beautiful. Always try to get the new colors first. Southern California. And Martina is north. She's in Oregon. So far, we don't have any East Coast or Central girls on this morning. We have some team members on all coasts, every single time zone. And we have girls here in Montana and in the Midwest too. So good to see you all. Oh, no sale? You're staying, Martina? Well, I am sorry to hear that. Oh, well, I am sorry. Keep trying. The houses are going to sell. Although I think a lot of people from Oregon and Washington, California are moving to Montana. So maybe not as easily as before, but there's not much real estate here in Montana for sure. So keep trying and maybe you'll get to move to see you're closer to your family. So, well, today is April 20th. Can you imagine? I started doing Facebook Lives at the end of March last year, and now we have been doing these for a full year. Oh, hi, Carla. Carla's in Wisconsin, and good to see you on here this morning, Carla. Are you babysitting your grandchildren this afternoon? So who else is going to join us today? So I totally forgot to write an email yesterday or post something. I just always assume it's at, Tuesday morning at 10 o'clock Mountain Time. And I just sometimes forget about writing emails and reminding because it's just a normal 10 o'clock thing unless it's a vacation like Christmas or I'm on a trip. Next month I will be going to Hawaii with Stampin' Up. So I won't be on that 1 week, and I'll be sure to tell you. God willing, everything goes well, and we still get to go. It's quite an ordeal to get into Hawaii from all the other people around the world that are Stampin' Up demonstrators who are in this trip will not be able to leave their countries and go to Hawaii. Very strict, but the people in the United States will still be going. So I suspect there might be 200 of us out of 55,000 demonstrators. Anyway, okay, girls. Well, today there were some announcements this morning. One was a real surprise. Next month, in two weeks, we start our new catalog. So be sure you do your pre-order. Get those things now, especially get the cardstock and the new ink colors and maybe 1 stamp or 2 stamps. They're wonderful, and that's one of the best things about being a demonstrator is that you get to pre-order. So take advantage of that. Today we are going to be using one of the new stamps that was in here, and it was one that I did not even order in the beginning. It was this Simply Elegant set. And I really didn't like it. I didn't like the designer paper, but let me tell you what, it's now one of my favorites, and I have done a lot of cards, done a swap with it even. So I really like it. We'll be using that today. Don't forget the last chance. We still have 2 weeks, and there are still great bargains left. So And if there are some bundles that you want, remember that those bundles will go away next month. Some items are still carrying over into our new catalog, but they will not be bundled. So save that 10% now. So that was that this morning. Oh, the big news this morning be sure you always read the Tuesday updates. That's one of the first things I do Tuesday mornings. I go to my Stampin' Up! Demo page and read the announcements. On May 4th to May 31st, they're going to have it's called More for Free. And you can become a demonstrator. Just like the best deal in the whole catalog is always to join, to buy that starter kit. That starter kit's $99. Melissa, you just did that last month, and you're a new demonstrator. You got $125 worth of product, plus some of I can't remember what else you got, something else during that time. But next month, they're going to up that. They haven't done this for a long time. A new demonstrator would spend $99 and get $155 free. That is a lot. So this is a great time to ask your friends or someone in your family. Tell them what a great deal it is. You save 20% on all your orders. So that's basically all the news that we had this morning. So let's see. Oh, Carla. Carla is saying, make sure that everyone remembers to use their coupons today. Oh, good point, Carla. If you have coupons from Celebration or from the magnetic plate refund, that all expires today, April 20th. Thank you, Carla, for reminding me about that. I had totally forgotten. You will have to go into your demonstrator page. You can always call Stampin' Up's help number. They can help you too. But take advantage of that free money. It might be $25, it might be $50, depending on what you bought or what you sold in Celebration. But anyway, do that today because it won't be any good tomorrow. It's like money that's lost by tomorrow. Alrighty, I think that's it. I don't know how many people we have on here, but we're going to start. So I'm going to tip the camera down. Close your eyes. Here we go. There we are. I'm going to move my computer over, my laptop, and we're going to zoom in. This is my, take off my scarf so it doesn't get in the ink pad. This is a card for next week's class using this laser paper. Now, we're not doing that one today, but that's just my card to help line up things. Okay, we are going to use this set called Elegantly Said, and it comes with a punch. Simply Elegant is the name of the suite, I think. It's called Elegant Tag Punch and Elegantly Said, and it really is a beautiful font. It's a red rubber stamp, and it stamps beautifully. I don't know why I didn't really like it when I saw it originally, but it is quite beautiful. And I have since made quite a few cards with it. We're going to punch something, so we'll set that right there. The way I came up with this card is, I'm using it for a swap, and I want to show you. But about 9 months ago, I did a card called out of the Boho Indigo, and I did it for a class, a kit class to go, and I had measured out all the formula for this, and I just loved this simple pattern, and I wrapped ribbon around it and all that. Well, anyway, I did the same thing with these cards, and with this design, I did this. I started in gray. Let me see if I can get that. There we go. That's a little bit better. I used the basic gray, and it has all these beautiful foils. Well, here's another one. This one I didn't do the strips. I just did this paper, the gold with the gray. And this one was really simple. The ones with the strips aren't hard, but they take a little bit more. Then I thought, oh, gee, maybe I'll try black. So I tried the black. Which do you like better? Do you like the black and gold and copper, or the copper and gray and gold. So we're going to make one of these today. And this punch, you can see what I've done there. This one I've turned sideways. Turn this one sideways, wishing you a wonderful birthday, and tied some gold. This new gold is a twine that's in the new catalog too. I actually am going to get my smoky slate out because that's what we're going to do you see the flower right there? That's what we're going to stamp. I ran the black cardstock through the textured. This Tasteful Texture is just I think it's a real staple. If you don't have it, I would definitely get this one. The subtle one is retiring, and then this one is staying. So, all right, we'll start making our cards, and I'll show you just how easy it is. So we're going to start with all of our pieces. We're going to start with a basic card, 5.5 by 8.5. And if you want to take a screenshot of any of these things, go ahead. So that was 5.5. It's funny because I'm thinking now, like the other night, I had to turn things differently when we were doing our Zoom. 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. And give it a good crease. And there is our card. And then I cut a base. So our base is going to be 4 1/4 by 5 1/4. And I did one gray and one black just to sort of give you an idea. And I'll just put those on before I do that. And then we have a 4 by 5 1/4. And then we have a vanilla matte. And this is a really odd one, but it is 4 1/8 by 3 1/4. And that 1/8 is a little tricky, but I had figured this out with my strips because I have a little stack of strips here. And these are going to be 1 inch. So let's, and they are 1 inch by 4 inches. So I have a bunch of those. Let's put our mats together. We'll do some adhering. I cannot read comments, so let's see. We'll swipe left. Here we go. Okay. Which one did you guys like? The black is outstanding. I think so too. We'll put the black one on. I have one of each, so maybe we might even do 2. We'll see. I saw a really good tip this morning. This is my stamping seal, but I'll show you that in a minute. Just put her. So it was a very sunny day here in Montana, and now it's getting a little overcast. But I was going to show you, and I've already run these through the embossing folder. With this is just regular seal. And you sort of go back on itself, and that cuts it off so it doesn't get stringy. If you can't start it, just start it on your silicone mat like that. And you sort of go backwards, and that cuts it like that. It's so interesting because we have to do different things for different types of dispensers. Okay, we've got one black and one gray. Okay, now what we're going to do next is I'm going to take my vanilla mat. This is the one I'm going to lay it out. We'll do the black. Since I think that's what the comments were, so I'm not sure. I just want a very, very, very fine edge. And this is what it looks like on the back. We've got one side. This is a specialty paper. This one is, that's the plain black. This one is the specialty part with the gold and silver. So it could be like that, but I think we'll do that. And what we're going to do, I'm going to bring my silicone mat over really closely. I'm going to put adhesive on all these. You could certainly use the Tombow glue. That would be good too. I just don't like to get my fingers messy, especially when I'm doing a video. So I'm sort of bringing that back on itself. Now, I am going to hopefully not get my head in this, but it is tricky to do this because you want to make sure everything is, you only have a tiny edge showing. Just a tiny edge. And then I'm going to do the bottom one with just a tiny skinny edge showing like that. And then I'll do this one. Oops, a little bit sticky there. We want to make sure we have our edges the same. There we go. There's that one. And let's do this gray one too. Let's step out of the box a little bit. Here it's gray. The gray was my intentions, but this is, we'll put the two shiny ones on the top and bottom, and I think it's just a really very pretty. You can, while I'm doing the adhesive, you can see the back side. I'm sort of going, there we go. And I like to have these points going up. I don't know why, but just do. I don't know. Anyway, we'll do that. We'll put that toward the top. There we go. We'll put the other shiny one down at the bottom. And this gray one, this piece must have cut it slightly different because it has a little, I like the space in between. So it's something you can certainly play with. And now I actually I didn't pop anything up because we're going to pop up our sentiment on with the punch. So we're going to put this on, make sure we have it opened up, and we're going to bring it down like this. And our gray one like this. I love my grid paper, as you probably have noticed every week. It might be just over a little bit too much on one side. There we go, that's a little bit better. What I did was I cut the whole long one, took my 12 by 12 paper, and I just went down and cut 1 inch. And then I cut them into 4-inch strips, so you get 3 out of a strip. And then you can just sort of play, and you could come up with all different kinds of combinations. So I did not like this one nearly as much on the vanilla card. You can, maybe I'll put the mat right there. You can see a little bit better, but it's very pretty with that. Here's another one. It's very pretty, but another time. Here's a lot of copper and gold and silver in that one, but it's really neat. And so I did wear a black and gray and white cream colored scarf today, if you noticed that. Okay, now let's do our stamping and our punching. We're going to bring some paper in here and our stamps and our ink, and we'll get this all going. I move my mat out of the way. We don't need that. Actually, I think I'll just use this one. We're going to punch. There's my punch. I set it right over there. So I'm going to punch. You could either do it upside down, either way. But it's really quite a nice punch. I have not played with it very much, but I know you can take a longer strip and put it in and make a long tag with it. I've seen a lot of things online. But I've not done any of those. So anyway, what we're going to do is we're going to stamp our flower in Smoky Slate. So this is the flower. It also has, you know, this big swirly part. That's very pretty too. I stamped it on the inside, but I like this flower. For the background, I'm going to stamp. I'm actually going to stamp. I'm going to stamp off so we get a little bit of a lighter. That's good, I think. It's perfect. When you stamp, so I'm inking it up, stamping off, and then I'm stamping on my image. And it's just, I think, perfect that way. then we'll come in and we're going to use that stamp on the inside too, but we'll take our black. This is the Memento, and I know this is on back order right now, but I love the Memento. And we're going to say, for all the things that you do, all the things you do are amazing. So I'm going to get this lined up, give it a good press. It's very pretty. And on the other one, we'll do wishing you a wonderful birthday. So there we have that, and I think we'll set that aside for a second, and we'll just stamp the inside of our cards while we think of it, and maybe the envelope, if I can find it here on the table. Let's see what's here. Okay, open up my card, and we'll stamp this flower in black, since it's right here. And I'm just going to go down in the corner, and it almost looks gray on top of that vanilla. It's funny, my mother-in-law years ago, she's not living anymore, but she always wore lots of gray, black, and vanilla. I can still see her so well in her, in those colors. Okay, there we have our sentiment on the inside, and I'm going to clean that off with my chamois. Oh, I love those chamois. I don't know how we ever functioned without them before. Okay, now let's put some twine on here and some gold gems, and we will be done with this card. It's quite quick. Actually, it's quite addictive is what it is. So we have this new, this is in the Simply Elegant trim. It comes in our pre-order, and I'm using the gold. It's heavier than what we've had in the mini catalog recently, because that was a real fine gold. Love that one. Okay, let's see if I can tie a bow today. And I did. Oop, it's a little twisted one right there. Let's see if I can get a little smaller. And I just actually put these on with give it a little haircut with a glue dot. What I did is like this. Just take my glue dot with my piercing tool, and I just press it right onto my tag, and I press my gold on top like that. We'll do the other one. We'll do another. I did 22 of these cards for a swap. I'm part of Rhonda Wade's Business Builders, and this is a swap, and it's due like in about, I don't know, 10 days or something. They're due pretty fast, so so that we have our cards are returned by May. So I have this one. And then I have my other swap group is the Hawaii. And then we will have a swap with our team, and I'm going to organize that pretty soon. And that's always really fun too. So that'll be sometime in May after the new catalog has gone live. But I hope that you will get your pre-order products now, so you can be thinking about what you're going to do for a swap. I love swaps. I just have always loved them. Okay, now we'll take our 2 cards, and we're just going to get some dimensionals. Put some dimensionals on these. Got a new package of dimensionals that I just run the magic marker across. That should do it. You know, if you have a half dimensional, you can even take a little cut one, and you could put that up here in the top if you want, like that. And then take your piercer or your fingernails and pull those off. I like to pull them off this way because, do you see how far I have my finger down by the needle? And then I just put them in the wastebasket. I've got a little tote thing that's hooked to the table. wishing you a wonderful birthday. Just going to put that right there. And I'm going to add a gem to that. These are the gilded gold. And that card is finished. Wishing you a wonderful birthday. And the other card, let's see what's here. We have it. This is the gray. Which do you think you like better? Do you like this is all the things you do are simply amazing. There we go. And, oh, I see Linda Wilmuth and Jan. Jan is watching. Jan's a new team member too. So, so good to have Melissa and Jan join us. Okay, girls, we'll put another gem on this one. I think I'll do a medium one. Let's see once. There you go. And we are done with our 2 cards in probably 10 minutes, a little bit less than 10 minutes. Oh, I forgot to stamp on the envelope. But let's see once. I could still do that. Which do you like better? You comment. Write a comment. Do you like the gray or the black? The basic gray or the black? You tell me while I stamp on this envelope, and I will stamp that in the basic gray, I think. And there we go. I only have one envelope here, so that's what we'll use. I don't have another one there, but you can imagine these stamps too in other pretty colors. Oh, it's just really a very fun and easy set and quite elegant. I love it. And honestly, I did not order it my first order. I've ordered plenty since then. So this is where I got my idea from the card that I did about 9 months ago from the Indigo set we have in the catalog. That's retiring. I love that set. I love the papers. And this is what I came up with. So I actually cased myself. I actually tried putting ribbon around this one too first, and then I didn't like it. So I went to the ribbon in the tag. So that is our card, and I'll post those pictures later today. So let me see once now. Let me just move those pieces out of the way, and we will come in with our next card. And this is going to be from the Pretty Perennials. Let's see, I better stand up here and see if we're getting everything. Camera is tilting. This was Dina Rico. Dina Rico is a $1 million achiever. She lives in Iowa, and she designed this set. I'm sorry that it's not, none of the $1 million people they have so many $1 million achievers now that now they're only staying in the catalog, I think, for a short time. But it's a beautiful stamp, beautiful dies, but it's retiring. So it is bundled right now. This is good until the end of June. So that is that, and it has dies. This is the stamp, and actually I put the dies that I was using on my magnetic plate. I love this magnetic plate. I wish they wouldn't have taken away. This is my good one. You can tell it's not worked. My bad one that I still use all the time is very curved and bent. But let me see. I'll pull it. So this is what mine looks like. And they did take it away because they want to try to see if they can fix that. However, if you have it, use it because it works great, even though it looks terrible. I try to store them upside down like that. But this is the one from Florida that I really did not hardly use at all. So I brought it back here since I'm not going to be in Florida for a while. Anyway, so let's bring this is what we're going to make is I wanted to use something with this beautiful ribbon because it is one of my favorites in the whole catalog, this Posy. Purple Posy, and it's so soft, it ties beautifully, and I really wanted to use it again. So that's what we're doing, and I'll tell you what I love always. I always love these designer papers, and they're hard to get in the beginning, and then we get them, and then we get other things, and it's just, I forget to use them. That's just the way it is. Let's see, we get everything out of here now, and get our pieces. I've got some new gems. We're going to use these brand new in color jewels. Love those. I also had this, I pulled this purple Posy ribbon too, and I really like this one. I like for going across cards, but it doesn't tie into a bow very well. But it's a great ribbon. Let me get a drink of water here. But anyway, so my whole inspiration for this came from wanting to use that ribbon, this purple posy ribbon. It comes with some other colors. It's in the main catalog too. So we're going to start with a black base, and the base is 4 1/4 by 11. It's a top folding like this. I scored it at 5 1/2. Move things out of the way. So we will, then on the other card that we did, I used the little print like that. Every piece of designer paper has 2 sides. This one's sort of like a scratched look, and this one's dot. That one has the words. I love these. They're all on sale right now too, I think. So they're terrific. So we're going to put down our mat of 4 inches by 5 1/4. And I'll take that right off, and we'll actually just put that right on. You see how I'm bringing it back upwards? That helps start it, or cut it rather. Okay, I love this little polka dot one. I thought we'd do something different, so the other one was the text. And so on this one, and our inside mat is 4 by 5 1/4. I'm going to put that on the inside, and you should see what I'll show you what I did on the other one. On this one, there are 2 writing surfaces. So this one, I put the piece on the wrong side, and we're going to do some stamping now. So we've got our whole card base ready, and then we have the other pieces that we're going to bring in before we stamp are these, and we have the little text, 2 3/8 by 4, and that's like the pond or the lake, the ripples. I love that. I thought this was some of the best paper ever. 2 3/8 by 4, and then on top of that we're going to put 2 inches by 4 inches. So those are the 2 measurements. And now we'll bring in our little piercing mat, and we'll do some stamping. Here we go, and get that lined up, and we're going to do some stamping. I'll move my card aside for a minute. Get our stamps. I think what we'll do first is I'm going to stamp the flower on the envelope so that I don't forget that. We're going to use this big flower. These are photopolymer stamps. But things get to be messy pretty fast, don't they? It's always worse when you're doing it live. So I've got, I don't have purple posy. Remember, they took that ink away, but I have Highland Heather, and it's a great set. It's a great stamp. And I'm going to just put it right down here in the corner. And there we go. And now I'm going to put it on, this is like stamping off, only I stamped off on the envelope. It was a little dark on the envelope, but do you see what I'm doing? I'm inking it up. This is what the full strength looks like. That's too dark. But look at I like the stamped off look. So that's full strength, and so let's try another envelope now. And this time I'm going to stamp there, and now I'm going to do my stamped off envelope like that. That's a little softer looking. And then let's see, we're going to do a black center on our flower. So I've got my black Memento ink, and just put that full strength right there, and there we have our envelope. We'll do this envelope too, since it's right here. We're not going to throw it away. Okay, and then let me close that. Oh, put that ink over there. We're going to do our happy. thing I have not learned in a year's time is how to keep, I'm doing a Facebook Live, how to keep it neat looking. It gets pretty messy. Okay, so this card, we're saying happy birthday. And I think we'll do 2 of these. We'll do happy. And you have, this is a really, really big happy, so you do have to make sure you ink it up really well. On bigger stamps, I like to ink it up upside down like this. Okay, we're going to put our happy up here like that. I like that. Really good one. And I'm going to set that aside. And this one we're going to put happy on the bottom. So I'll give you 2 different ideas. Like this. There we go. And I think I'll close that up before I get any more ink anywhere. And now we'll do our little words. So the first one we did, happy, and we're going to do the purple. We're going to use the Highland Heather and ink it up really well. And I'm going to put the happy birthday right down here below it, like that. And on this one, we'll do, you can do you make me happy or sending lots of happy. I think we'll do sending lots of happy. And we're going to put this one right up in the top. And pull this down closer to me so I can, there we go, I can see it better. Sending lots of happy. And I think we're done with our stamping now. I don't like that one's not quite as good. I think we'll use the other one. We'll use this happy birthday one. I like that a little bit better. Let me see once if I can get my wet wipe and get my card over here. Now we're going to put this onto our mat and take that off. Yeah, I have a lot of Post-it notes, don't I? So I do waste a lot, but they work really well for me. So we're going to do, it's going to come out right to the edge. We're just going to leave a little margin. Whoops, it's not an equal margin. Well, I'll tell you what, it's going to be a, that's the nice thing about the seal. It does have a little bit of wiggle room, and there you go. It's not as much wiggle room as the green glue. That's the best for wiggle room for sure. And I'm just gonna, I don't want to touch my fingers to it. And there we have that. And oh, we have ink all over the place. Oh dear. I think we're going to use this one. I think we'll just use that. This, it's still not quite dry, the black. We'll just use that one. There we go. And now we'll just put, this is all going to be covered up, so it's gonna be a little thicker than normally. And I'm going to put this up here. There we go. And now we're ready for our flowers. So I have, bring in my little dish. I showed you the ones, these are the flowers. Remember how we stamped these flowers? Well, this one is this flower right here. And you can line it up. And I did that already. And then I just used this one with some Highland Heather paper. And I used the Seafoam Green. I just looked at the Stampin' Up chart to see what was good with Purple Posy or Highland Heather. And so I have a little tray of things. Oh, this is the new ribbon. This is Freesia ribbon. Very pretty. Very, very pretty on there. So now we're going to choose, so we have our centers, the flowers, and then we're going to put a black piece on like that. And we'll just do that right now. I'm going to turn that over and add a dimensional. Maybe I'll add two right next to each other. I want to just sort of keep it open around there so that I can tuck in the leaves. So I'm not even sending lots of happy. And now what we'll do is put some glue on. I use my Tombow. I forgot to. There we go. I'll put that on. Put the pretty center. Isn't that a pretty center? And now we'll do the leaves. So the leaves cut out like this with one piece, but we can just snip them apart like this. And now I am going to put a little bit of glue on this. Probably cut these a little bit shorter. Just give them a little, and I'm just going to put a little bit of this green glue. Just, you're not squeezing at all. You're just giving little dots like that. And just gonna, it doesn't need all that much. It doesn't have to be tacked down real hard. It has to be, not, so it's not gonna fall off. But this glue is so strong. Okay, I actually do not like touching my fingers to the green glue. So I'm using the tweezers now. And what I'll do is I just take it with my tweezers and I just tuck it in like that. Oh, I think we lost our little piece of black. And this one we'll just tuck in right here. Just like that, press it in place. Now, I don't know what happened to our black piece, but we'll just add, luckily I have another one cut. So I'll just add that. Like that. And now we need a little bit of this purple posy ribbon. This is the whole reason for the whole card, was this purple posy. And we need some gems and some Wink of Stella. But I don't know what happened to my Wink of Stella. I don't know. I have a lot of Wink of Stella, but then I can never find it. And I had a brand new one that I opened up. But anyway, I forgot to put this on. I'm going to take that one off. Good thing, because it looks a little bit drab with that, just without. This is the very fine outline. I like this one a lot. I'm not putting much glue on at all. And it's going to go like this. You girls you could probably see that I had forgotten to do that. And then we're going to put this on, give it a good press, and we'll get our gems out too. Look, there's a leaf caught. On the other card, I put the purple, but I think on this one, I think I'll use the green. Oh, maybe I won't. It's too dark of a green. So I think I'll just keep using the, it's the freesia. It's not purple, it's freesia. So we'll just put one over here. I'll put another one here. I like to use threes. Let's put it right wherever it lands, wherever it wants to go. Sending lots of happy. Those are called the in color, the 20, 21, 23 in color gems. You can only get one of those for the pre-order, but girls, oh my goodness, definitely put those on your list. They're gorgeous, beyond gorgeous. And now we're going to tie our bow. Tie this. I'm putting this around the whole card like this. And we're going to actually just, you can always slide it. I'm going to tie a nice bow. Hopefully it's always hard. It's hard enough tying bows not on camera. And then you get them on camera. And we'll see what we can come up with here. But I do love this ribbon. Oh, goodness. I wish they would have come up with it in another color. Let's see, once I got everything. I've got ink on the ribbon, you can see that. Okay, we'll straighten it out a little bit. Get these tails to make it a little shorter. You get the gist of it. And there we have that card with our little polka dots. And so here we have our envelope. Sending lots of happy. And I'm actually going to slide this down. And there we go, a little bit more. And here's the other card, happy birthday. I don't have a sentiment on the inside, but, and this one doesn't have a flower, poor thing. I'll have to add one of these maybe, or stamp one before I clean the stamps. But this one has the stamp on the inside and the 2 sheets of paper for lots of writing if you want to write a book. Anyway, there are our cards for today. So let me turn the camera back. Now I can see Nancy Lund joined us. Who else? I can't, once the first few minutes end, I can't see any. And Linda must have had a question. So wonder what that question was. What stamp would I? Well, first of all, I'm not. I'm already 71, and I would have. I am my big goal. I've achieved 200,000. I'm getting closer to 300,000. My goal right now is to get to 300,000 by next October or November. I have a long way to go to get to 1 million. I'd probably be 95. If I did. I don't know what stamp I would do. I'd have to think about that. It's really fun to listen to some of these gals. They talk about their $1 million achieving stamps, like Kelly Atchison in Wisconsin. And she hasn't even, I mean, there's been so many winners, achievers, not winners. We achieve these trips, we achieve these goals, but we don't win them. But they're almost 2 years behind on their $1 million achievers in creating stamps. So I don't know. That's a good question. Fun to think about, though, isn't it? What would you do if you could design a stamp? You know, girls, anytime you have a question, it's always, if you want, or a recommendation, like I think we should all write into the Sandbox. The Sandbox is what they read, stamping up people. Shelley Gardner and Sarah Douglas read the Sandbox. People, I think, have been sort of upset about the discontinuation of the stitched oval, circle, and square, that set. Oh my goodness, I don't know how we'll live without it, actually. So if any of you are in my classes that are kit classes to go these, I'm using them. I have all these cut and I am using them like crazy. I love those stitched pieces, and I really don't know. They haven't replaced them with anything yet. Maybe they'll replace them with something in the winter catalog, the Christmas catalog. Who knows? And we're sad about the punches leaving too. So anyway, yes, and ladies, if you don't have those circle punches, I'd get every single one they have. I will not get rid of my punches for sure. They are essential. They're so much easier. And I think every demonstrator says that. Okay, that is it for today. If you don't have any other questions, I'll go back and read all the comments. That's really fun to do at the end. So thank you, girls, for joining in today. And oh, good for you, Martina. Martina said she put her idea in the Sandbox last night. That is so important that we let them know what we want. That's what you do week after week. Put your ideas in there, and they'll read them. So sometimes they bring things back. You know, a year ago, you know, these piercing mats that we have, they took those away for about a month, and demonstrators were so upset that they brought them back, and you'll see them. You know, they've been in the catalog all last year too, but they were online, but not in the catalog. So they do listen to your ideas. So put those in there. Okay, ladies, I will see you next Tuesday at same time, 9 o'clock for you girls, Martina and Melissa out in California. 10 o'clock Mountain Time here, 11 o'clock Central for all of you in those Midwestern states. And we have just, I think Carolyn Williams is our only person out on the East Coast. So, alrighty, we'll take care, girls. Stay safe and healthy, and I will see you next week. Bye-bye. Thanks.